coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I definitely appreciate the support. Boom, 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 boom. We out here. 33, man. 33 years of prison stories. Big love to everybody who follow me. Big love to everybody who rock with this movement, man. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. I definitely have big love for you. Make sure you go check out my other content, man. Boxing Talk with Banky and Jay podcast, man. We came out the gate smoking. We putting out clips, but we haven't put out the full video of our interview with Coach Calvin, Javante Tank Davis, coach since he was 8 years old. We got more to come, some big names coming through there. You know, stay locked in with Pure Deliciousness. I'm getting ready to cook over there. Just stay locked in with the whole movement, man. I got speeches coming up. I got interviews coming up, man. A lot of things going on, man. So y'all stay locked in. Don't forget, meet and greet is gonna happen in 2024. We're gonna make it happen. Big love to everybody who support me, man. Listen, man. Listen. I'm still on this subject, man, because it's really on my heart, is on my mind right now, man. The things that I'm seeing out here in the communities, the things I'm seeing out here in the streets with all this violence, all these people just throwing their life away. Excuse me, being misinformed, being misguided, and it's crazy to me. It's just insane to me, man. So, you know, I look at all the stuff that I see, and it just set me on a thought pattern to, with me doing it 33 years, it just set me on a thought pattern to all the people that I've seen over the years in prison. All the people that came in there with these different charges, and all these people that had these big reputations on the street. And, you know, you got dudes in the penitentiary that read the news every day. They watch the news every day. They read the newspaper every day. They know everything going on in the streets and in their community. They do. I don't know why they do that. Some people just do that. I was never one of them people. I didn't want to know what was going on out there because I wanted to be out there, so I never wanted to know what was going on because it made me feel some type of way. But you got a lot of people who look at it different, man. That's all they do. They read the newspaper, they watch the news, they come all in the park, want to, man, look, man, this happened out here in this neighborhood right here. I used to live right here, man. Well, they know all of that stuff, right? So when people get locked up and stuff like that and they make the news, them dudes will know it. They'll know it. They'll know who you are, what you did, what your crime was, everything. I can remember being in a prison when it was a dude that was in there with me. And everybody was talking about him, and they said, I did a story on this dude before too. He was the one who had went in and said with the dude and beat him down when the dude was talking to him about the laundry and stuff on River North, right? His real name was Alert. He should have been Alert. So they was talking about, you know, when he had been locked up prior to that and had went home and did this and did that, and then he ended up killing somebody and it was caught on camera and he came back, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is this: you're not gonna be who you were on the streets in the penitentiary. I'm gonna say that again. You will not be who you were on the street in the penitentiary. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Because it's a different environment, it's a different world, it's different people, it's different rules and everything. And I have known, which made me think about this, just talking about this situation lately. I have known robbers, bank robbers, murderers, abductionists, um, drug dealers, kingpins, um, you name it, whatever crime you can name. But those for sure. I've known people who had those charges and have been them people on the street. And in the penitentiary, they had a man. They ended up with a man. They ended up with a husband. you know, they ended up being a penitentiary, boy. Yeah, same people that was notorious on the street, shooting up neighborhoods, robbing people, robbing drug dealers. People run from them when they see them. People know them. They come to penitentiary and they turn into somebody's woman. That's a fact. I know that to be a fact. And I can't put my finger on it. I can't say, oh, it's because of this. It's because in my estimation, it's because on the streets with a gun, with a pistol, with a automatic machine gun or whatever, everybody's scared of you. Everybody's scared of you. But the difference is you can put that in the hands of a child and you can provoke fear. You can put that in the hand of an 8-year-old and you can provoke fear because all of the danger is on the end of a trickle. But when you got to go to penitentiary and you got to live this life, this mano a mano life, this man to man life, and you do not have that gun, it is a whole different world. And a lot of people that's out here on the streets that's doing what they doing, this is not the type of world that they used to live in. They used to, I can pick this gun up, I can make you scared, I can point this gun at you and you're going to run from me, or I could point this, and they get high on that adrenaline, and it gives them some type of bravado, and they keep going until they get caught. But what they missing is it's always going to be something after you get caught. There's an after. After is prison. If it's not death, it's prison. So when you come to prison and you have this reputation of doing this, that, and the third on the street, but you're doing it by the gun, then when you get in prison and you ain't got no gun, where are you now? What are you going to do now? Who afraid of you now? Who's going to run from you now? Who is going to shiver at the mention of your name? Nobody. Nobody. And you got dudes in penitentiary that's so twisted. I don't want to say, well, I'm going to use the word twisted. They like people like you. They like it that you was out there acting like this and that because they feel a need to break you. They feel a need to see if they can break you. And they put pressure on you. And that's pressure that you ain't going to be ready for because you ain't used to being man to man. You used to being gun to man. Gun to man. It's man to man in prison. Hand to hand, man to man. And whatever he got in his hand and whatever you got in your hand, but it will not be a gun. It will not be a gun. I can assure you of that. And people ain't built for that. And they don't look that far ahead of what's going on. Because they living by these rules and regulations on the street. This is what makes you gangster. This is what makes you respected. This is what makes people fear you. What's after that is prison. And ain't nobody scared of none of that. And don't nobody care nothing about that. And I'm telling you, some of the most known, I'm not going to call their names because that's irrelevant, but some of the most known homosexuals or boys in prison were notorious on the street. Notorious on the street. I know one in particular, it terrorized, the whole community, robbing, shooting, killing. In penitentiary, he answered to another man. He lay down with another man. He do what that other man tells him to do when he tell him to do it. Or he will, be punished, possibly killed. It's that serious in the penitentiary. It is that serious. And I'm sure in that dude's mind, twisted mind, he gets some type of more thrill out of that, some type of more turned on by that day. He's doing this to a person that was doing this on the street that people were scared of, but he can conquer. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the type of people you people don't realize you got dudes in prison that's gonna target you just because of what you was doing on the street. That excites them because they've been in the penitentiary 15, 20, 30 years. That excites them. And they know that you're not into that. So for them to conquer you and get you into that is some type of twisted satisfaction that they get out of that. And dudes don't even realize that they out here thinking they gangster and they thinking, oh, I go to penitentiary, that's what it is. That's what come with it. That's what come with it. I ain't tripping. I'm going to do mine. Yeah, all right. Okay. Somebody waiting for you, man. They waiting for you. They reading newspapers, watching the news. They waiting for you. They praying that you come to where they at. They praying for that. And they willing to put their life on the line for that. And they not playing. And when they tell you they want you, they want you. And they willing to die to have you. You, the gangster out there. You, the shooter, the robber. Yeah, you. They waiting on you. In the penitentiary, dog. Straight up. I promise you that. I promise you that. I told y'all before, one of them stories I told, one of the things that shocked me the most when I first started my bit, when I was on Mecklenburg, and I seen they was bringing in a group of new dudes. And this dude was a white guy, and he had a long beard. This was before they had the shaving profile. He had a long beard like a biker, you know, and he had long hair. And it was walking. He was one of the dudes that was in the group, and he was walking, and we all on the yard, and we looking at all the new ones coming in. And the dude that was beside me, which name is need not to be said, he was like, man, look at that bad summer right there. And I'm like, who is you talking about? It was one female officer with the group walking them, but she definitely didn't fit that description. So I'm like, who you talking about? He talking about that one right there. I said, who? That bro ugly as I don't know what, man. He said, I ain't talking about her. Who you talking about? Right there. That white boy right there. What? And I look, and all the white dudes I see is regular white dudes. And then one of them got the big long beard. He said, the one with the beard and all that. And I said, man, you tripping, dog. What's wrong with you? He said, I said, that man got a big old biker beard and everything. And he said, oh, I see straight through that. Yeah, I see straight through that. He said, I make him shave all that off. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's serious. He's serious. And I said, man, you for real? He was like, yeah. That became his boy. That became his boy, man. My good word. You understand? And come to find out that dude he came to prison for murder. He came to prison for murder in an argument and shot a dude dead. And he was a biker. Now he's somebody's woman. From sight. Seen him coming through the gate. This prison, man. This what you out here volunteering for when you out here shooting them up and playing Cowboy Indian and all of that. That's what you volunteering for. There's somebody in there waiting for you. Waiting for you. Because that excites them. That excites them. And I'm telling you what I know. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying what they doing is right. I'm telling you this is what it is. This is a part of prison life. This is how people is living in there. This is how people is. This is how they feel. This is what they do. And you out here in the free world, and you can never ever experience this type of life if you don't choose to. And people is every day picking up guns, shooting for nothing, crazy stuff, knowing that there's consequences behind that, or are you not knowing? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. You know, why for the life of me anybody would choose this type of life, knowing what comes with it, to be separated from everything you love. I just don't understand it. So, but it's different, man. And I'm telling you, I know big time drug dealers. I'm talking about getting real money on the street. But what happens with that when you're a big time drug dealer? You always got shooters. You got people that handle your business. You got people that handle your beef. You don't have to. You just sit back and call orders because you the boss. You the man. In prison, not so much. Not so much. Ain't nobody gonna do your bidding. You gotta do it. You remember the movie with Denzel? And he said, nah, we gotta put our own work in around here, Lonzo. You know, you gotta put your own work in around here, Lonzo. That's what prison is. You gotta put your own work in around there. Ain't nobody gonna do what you need them to do. You gotta do it. And the thing about that is when you do it, you at risk too. You at risk too. Cause it got to be manual. You know, it ain't automatic. It got to be manual. You gotta do it. You gotta physically do it. And ain't nobody gonna just sit around and let you do that. It's gonna be pushback. You ready for the pushback? It's gonna be pushback. You know? And then if you succeed, it's gonna be more pushback. Because now that's what you expected to do every time. Every time. And then when you get to arguing with somebody that he did that, so I gotta get him because he might get me. So now you're a target too. It's the life of the penitentiary. Penitentiary and the streets is two different places, man. They two different places, two different rules, two different universes. It's two different everything, you know. And I don't know why people would trade this for this. I don't know. Or maybe they don't know. So that's why I tell these stories, so you will know. The penitentiary is a different animal, man, all the way around the boat. All the way around the boat. So who you are on the street, you will not be that person in the penitentiary. Very rarely, very rarely. It's possible. It's possible, but highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Because normally people out on the street is raising havoc, man, they ain't physically built for it. They do it by the gun. They do it by a game. They do it by fear. They do it by intimidation. So normally they may not even, be physically built like that to create that type of same havoc. Sometimes it is. There's always exceptions to the rules, but more than often it's not. More than often it's not. So it's crazy to me, man. It's just different worlds, different universes, man. And I just have been. It's been my unfortune to live in both worlds. So I know, and this is why I tell y'all, don't trade this life for that life, man. It's not a life you want to be a part of in any capacity. None. No capacity. And I mean, that is, you don't even want to visit somebody in there because you hope you don't ever have nobody in there that you need to visit. That's just how bad it is to me, And like I say, even, I stand by that statement. I say it all the time. Even I say it on Vlad TV, and Vlad said it stuck with him, but I meant that. I said it with conviction, and I mean it. 33 years of prison, I never had a good day. Not one good day. So can you imagine going 33 years and don't have no good days? None? In 33 years? Let alone, can you imagine going 33 days and don't have not one good day? That's a depression right there. You know what I'm saying? That's enough to put a person in depression state right there. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about 12,365 plus consecutive days. Man, I was depressed, oppressed, suppressed, everything. But I had to endure. I had to endure. And if for nothing else, to get out here to give you this message. If for nothing else, just for that alone. But Yeah, it's wicked in there, man. It's very wicked, man. So my thing about this video is, what I'm trying to tell you is, just be mindful of what you do and understand that what you do out here has consequences. And what you do out here carries zero. When I say zero, I mean it carries zero weight in the penitentiary. Zero. When you get the penitentiary, you start from round one. And if you're fortunate enough to make your way up the ladder, so be it. But it won't be easy. It won't be easy, and it won't come without consequences. Period. So, Anyway, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back. TBP Nation, big love. I apologize, man, for being on this type of vibe lately, but I've been talking to juveniles lately. I've been seeing things in the community lately. It's been death in my family lately, and it's all been young people. It's all been young people, man. And I know they all don't know what they're getting themselves into. I know they don't. I'm going tomorrow as we speak to speak at a Guns Down rally, in my mom's community, in my mom's neighborhood. So I know they don't know, man. So, man, you got to be mindful, man. Talk to these youngins, man, and let them know, man, you only get one life. Do not blow it doing something stupid. Doing something this irreversible. Doing something that's going to hurt you and many other people around you. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. Please talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Share these videos across all your social media. And by all means, man, duck them hooks, man. They out there, man. And they ain't playing. And they do not have a name on them. They will hook into anybody who is available. Salute, man. We out here.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm going to have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.